On today's episode, we discuss the WWE has a problem on its hands, but I think it's a very good problem. We'll discuss this year's Royal Rumble and the potential winners on today's episode of the Stephen Connor Show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back or welcome to the Stephen Connor Show. I'm your host, Stephen Connor. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also, hit that post notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a video. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today to talk about the Royal Rumble. But before we before we get into that, tomorrow is Friday. You will be getting a video from me doing my predictions for a wild card weekend. And you might also get a video with me doing a reaction to the Notre Dame versus Georgia game. Not only that, I will be doing a SmackDown review once again. So that's either Saturday or Monday. I will not be uploading on Sunday under any circumstances. So Sunday's my for sure off day, but you might get a video from me this Saturday. You might not. If I do, it's going to be a different setting because I'll be in a different location. And next week we'll be doing my divisional round predictions and then reacting to what happened on Super Wild Card weekend. And then we also have my reaction to the other college football semifinals matchup. Monday Night Raw review, no predictions because this is not the debut on Netflix. That was like a big deal, and they said it was like a PLE, so I treated it like a PLE. But the next predictions video you'll get from me is Saturday Night Main Event and then the Royal Rumble. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into this whole SummerSlam conversation thing. So WWE over the last few years have had some predictable Royal Rumble winners, which it's nothing wrong with that, you know. It's nothing wrong with predictable winners. I'll give you some examples of some from recent time that I remember. 2020 was Drew McIntyre. 2021 was Bianca Belair with the women. We also had a number of other ones like Rhea Ripley, Cody Rhodes back to back, even though last year it was predictable, but it was also a little element like, oh, CM Punk could win, or maybe Gunther could win, or Drew McIntyre towards the end. But honestly, realistically, the only people who had a chance to me was CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, and those were the only people who realistically had a chance. Bayley. So yeah, and you know, it's okay to do that. You know, if you tell a really good story, it's good. Heck, even Ronda Rousey, the year she won it in 2022, even though, you know, we could say if it was good or not, but it was predictable she was going to win. She wasn't even announced for the match, and I saw a lot of people predicting her to win, and I thought she was going to win too. I thought Roman Reigns was going to win the men's rumble that year. Yeah, I thought Seth Rollins was going to win the Universal title. I really did at the Royal Rumble, and I thought Roman Reigns was going to win it. But then Brock ended up winning it. What I thought was going to happen to Roman happened to Brock. So yeah. So basically, yeah. So sometimes it's okay to have a predictable winner. It's been predictable the last few years, and it's good because it helped the story. However, this year feels very unpredictable, and WWE has a problem. And that problem is a good problem because they have endless people they can pick from who could win this. And I have my list of the women I think who could win and the men who I think could win. So let's start off with the women. First off, I want to shout out Nia Jax. She just lost her women's title to Tiffany Stratton. Maybe they do Nia Jax and she challenges Tiffany. I highly doubt it. But just shout out to Nia Jax. She has had... I don't care if I get flack for saying this, but she has had an amazing 2024, and I love what she did. So moving on, we have Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is a possibility. Liv Morgan just lost her World Heavyweight Championship, Women's World Heavyweight title to Rhea Ripley this past Monday on the Raw debut on Netflix. She could possibly, if they want to stretch out the story and get a big payoff, she could win the title at WrestleMania and win the Rumble. Do I think they're going to do that? Absolutely not. I don't think that they're going to do that, but that is a possibility. I think she might end up facing a returning Becky Lynch. Who knows? I just hope they do something with her and keep up her momentum in this year, 2025. Moving on, speaking of the devil, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is rumored to return at any time now. Becky Lynch could always win the Royal Rumble, and she could fight Tiffany Stratton possibly. They could go down that route, or they could do her versus Rhea again and run it back. Because I believe last year Becky Lynch was sick when she fought Rhea Ripley, and that match was an absolute banger. So they could run that back. I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll do Becky versus Liv, but it's a possibility that Becky Lynch could win. Next up, we have a returning Charlotte Flair. Charlotte, I can't believe I'm saying this, y'all. I actually miss Charlotte. And if she won the Royal Rumble, I wouldn't be that upset. As long as she fights Tiffany Stratton for the title and Tiffany beats her at WrestleMania, I am A-OK with her winning the Royal Rumble. We haven't seen her in forever. I don't remember the last time I saw Charlotte on WWE TV. It should be about time for her to come back now. So hopefully she could come back. She could do her versus Tiffany, or they could just run back her and Rhea, because I don't believe she ever got a rematch against Rhea Ripley. So they could do her versus Rhea Ripley for the world title. And at WrestleMania 39, that match was an absolute banger, and they could absolutely run that match back. Do I think they'll do it? No, but they could do that, Rhea versus Charlotte again. But ultimately, if she does win the Rumble, I think she should challenge Tiffany Stratton, and we should get Tiffy time versus Charlotte Flair. And next up is the person who probably going to end up winning the Royal Rumble for the women's. The women's is the only one where I really think I could think of a winner, but I wouldn't be mad with any of these other options, really, other than Becky. But we could get Io Sky winning the Royal Rumble, and her challenging Rhea Ripley, babyface versus babyface, get some damage control mess in there. And, we've been teasing it. We teased her versus Rhea for the title. So hopefully they capitalize on it, and it will be a banger match. So those are my predictions. Either Liv, Becky, Charlotte, or Io. With the men's is a much longer list. So we could go with CM Punk. CM Punk has a favor from Paul Heyman. Maybe that favor is a better spot in the Royal Rumble, 27, 28, 29, 30, something like that. And he helps CM Punk win the Royal Rumble and go on to WrestleMania to maybe fight Gunther. Who knows? Maybe Seth Rollins will take the title from Gunther, the World Heavyweight title. Or maybe he goes and tries to challenge Cody Rhodes. Who knows? But they could do CM Punk possibly. And there's so many different stories they could tell with that. Seth Rollins could possibly win the Royal Rumble. There's so many different stories they could tell like with that. Maybe they take the title off of Gunther before we get there. Maybe Goldberg distracts him or something. He loses. And then we get Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. We could also get somebody like a LA Knight. I want to give him a special honorable mention. We could do something like that, but I don't think that would happen but it would be good to see, because then he could challenge Gunther and win at WrestleMania. Next up on my list is Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is on a Bloodline hit list. He's going after the Bloodline. He's the Bloodline hunter right now. He's the bounty hunter for the Bloodline. And if you help the Bloodline in any capacity, he's coming after you. Maybe he wins the Rumble. Maybe we have him beat Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber possibly, or I don't know, something like that. And then he says, I made my decision. I'm going after Cody for teaming with Roman Reigns. Same thing like Kevin Owens is doing right now. You could do that with Drew McIntyre. Another person we could get is Jey Uso. Jey Uso is one of the most popular superstars, merch selling superstars. He, I believe, will have a big 2025. He could possibly win the Rumble. What title will he go after? I think he will go after the World Heavyweight title. I could see that happening if they want to separate him and get him out of this whole bloodline storyline situation. However, I don't know if they would do that. I don't think Jey Uso will win, but he is also a favorite. Roman Reigns. They could go the Roman Reigns route. And we could get Roman versus Cody 3. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Or we could get Roman Reigns versus Gunther. Or Roman Reigns versus CM Punk for the world title. That's how we get the world title off of Gunther and put on CM Punk. And we do Roman versus CM Punk because we've been heavily teasing that match. I don't think Roman needs to win the Royal Rumble. He probably might end up in it because I thought we were going to do him versus Solo Sikoa for the head of the table, but they already did that at Raw premiere on Netflix. So that takes that match off the equation. So yeah, we might end up with Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble, and I could possibly see him win it. Next up, Randy Orton. Randy Orton is injured. He could come back at the Royal Rumble. He could win the whole darn thing, and then he could feud with Kevin Owens up until Elimination Chamber, and then he picks to face Cody, and we could get Cody versus Randy at WrestleMania, or he runs it back with Gunther. He could do that too. But really, Cody versus Randy would be the match I would want to see. And yeah, that would be a good matchup to see. And then we have two people left who I think could possibly win it. John Cena. It's simple. He declared for the Royal Rumble. He wants to win his 17th world title. He could either legitimize the world heavyweight title and go after that and make that his 17th. That would do wonders for that title. Or we could get a good guy versus good guy matchup, Cody versus John Cena. And then maybe we'll have John Cena, maybe we'll have Cody turn heel a little bit, be like, last time a part-timer tried to take my spot, I'm not letting that happen again, you know. So yeah, we could do that, and John Cena could win at WrestleMania. If we do go down that route, which hopefully I'm a big John Cena fan. I hope we do. I'm going to be so ecstatic. And then last but not least, a total curveball. Y'all see the shirt. Y'all see it. The Rock. Now listen here. The Rock appeared on the Raw debut on Netflix. I do not think he appeared as the final boss. Like Santi Zap said, I think that was Dwayne Johnson in cosplay as the final boss. That was not the final boss. That was not. Do I think he will be at WrestleMania 41? As of this recording, absolutely not. No, after what happened on Raw on Netflix. However, a lot can change. Who knows? Maybe that's just a swerve or a curveball. Who knows? But The Rock could possibly win the Royal Rumble. That is a possibility. And if he does win the Royal Rumble, he should go after Cody Rhodes 100%. And maybe we throw Roman in there and we get the rumored triple threat match we heard about. The Rock could come in at 30 or do what they did in the WWE game the one time. He came in at 31 since he is the final boss, since he was calling the shots at WrestleMania, making the match stipulation as he went. He could do something like that. Make it fun, make it creative. You could do something like that. This is like my out of the park pick. Like real out of the park pick. But I really do think that if they execute this correctly, that would be one interesting storyline to see. So that's my thoughts on all the potential Royal Rumble winners that we could have. Like I said, WWE has a good problem this year, and it's a lot of believable people who can win the Rumble, and they have a lot of people they could pick from. You let me know who you think will win the Royal Rumble down below. And until next time, be good people. Steve Encounter out. Peace.